Oh, that is funny. All right, welcome to the Wednesday 10:30 Central, 11:30 Eastern stream. Actually, 9:30 Central, 11:30, 10:30 Eastern. This is the Options Millionaire community with Bookmap, and we're going to be getting into these charts, looking at all the Bookmap liquidity, which we have a lot to discuss. We have a lot to discuss. I guess I need to go stream my actual charts, right? Not or my application. Let me go do that. Share entire screen. Screen 2. There we go. All right. There's Bookmap right here. This is my whole screen. So we have 5100, 5150. This is short-term liquidity right here. We've got 4950, 4900 down south. If you zoom out, 5300, 5450, 5700, all large liquidity here. But the big player, if you look down, we've got 4900, 4850 as well, same balance stuff. But if you zoom on down, right there, 4300, 6600 orders at 4300. I will bet you $1, your grandma's dollar, my grandma's dollar, that we will fill 4300, 4325 in the upcoming weeks/months. 100% guaranteed. Hold me to it. Retweet me. Come at me, bro. Muchas gracias. 100% of the time I've seen 4300, or 100% of the time I've seen levels of this degree on the charts. They fill. They fill. And we're going to play it, baby. We're going to play it. So, right now we have been stuck in this little 50-50 range, very large range, mind you, since the open. We had one big green candle pop at the open, and now have been hanging out. 50-60 up to 5100. Still looking for a short. If I get a top wick, I'm shorting the crap out of it. Right now, they are absorbing into 5080. They can't get over this level. If they can't claim 5087, I'm shorting with the top wick. You can't hear it? Why? Make sure your settings are updated. I know Discord's been having some issues lately. Music? Oh, crap. My apologies. I keep forgetting that y'all can hear my music when I put it on the application. Why didn't you say something? Jeez. I'm sitting there rocking out, baby. I'm sitting there rocking out. Y'all are like, all right, we're just going to rock out with you. All righty, what do we have? He was jamming. There you go. Thought it was part of the show. Based on the range today in Feb, we are back from bouncing from 60% range. Yeah, buddy. Metallica was a paid actor. Probably. Probably. Imagine we hear Mariah Carey. Yeah, or the Barbie song. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Yeah, don't record that. I should have played a joke on y'all. Do that. Come on, Barbie. Let's go, Barbie. Don't hit an aqua like that. So what do we see here? Look at the price action. On the 15. On the 30. What do we have on the 30? The 30 doesn't look so bearish. Engulfing green. Doji, which is neutral. And then another green that's forming now. So if I get the top wick, I'm shorting the crap out of it. And I'm going to play it down to 5017. If they hold this and start attacking, then we have to start playing a 5135. But I'm being very careful here. This is my trade window coming up right here. We just set the morning range. Morning high, morning low. Air supply for the win. All right, this is too much. What happened to TLT? Economic warfare. China dumped, what, 60 billion in United States treasuries? But it'll come back. They'll come groveling back. Please, please, let me buy United States treasuries. No. When you say if they top wick this, 30-minute right here. I'm watching the 30-minute right now. We have a beautiful top wick forming. They're removing upside liquidity. They're putting on downside liquidity. And this is another smoking top wick. So I need to make sure that we close so I don't get caught in a big upward move. 60 billion treasuries is not that much. Yeah, it does definitely include more. Most likely Canada. I just haven't read about it. If treasury buying on such a large scale as online, is there a human involved in this process? Well, there's always a human controlling the computers, but the computers are doing the work. They're doing the heavy lifting. It's like Skynet, baby. I don't think I could trade this. I'm close to my drawdown. Just be careful. I am looking at ES. Yeah, this is the exact setup I like for a short position. The reason being, I like the bounce, fail, one thrust higher, and then it draws down. That's why I'm playing this. I think the risk reward is here for a move down to 5017. Again, 5017 is not that far away. It's only 20 points. But the way this is set up, one step at a time. If we can get 5017, then I'm going to look for the low of the day. Now, I'm not trying to get you into a bear thesis here because this can easily blast to 5100. So I'm not saying go ahead and just launch into shorts here. I'm saying if I can get this thing to top wick and hold, this is a good setup for a possible move lower. Back down, carve out the range. However, if they start attacking 5070 and close up in this area after 10 touches, we're blasting. But now I'm going to look to play the downside into 5017. I think Terminator is the most accurate depiction of our future with AI. Probably. S&P premiums are too high. Is NVIDIA also ideal for short term? Absolutely. Absolutely. Amazon cancels inventory orders from China. There you go. That is the big thing there. That's kind of that tweet I posted. It's like that's the intent right there. It's not about the money. All right, what do we have here? What do we have? Can you say more about the setup you're looking for? Every candle has a top wick. Yep. So that's what I'm saying. Right here, I am looking for this move. If you're looking at, I can't forget that y'all aren't on my charts right now. Here, let me switch over to my charts. I'm going to show you real quick. Share your screen, change the stream. OM University. All right, this is what I'm looking for. This is me watching right here. So you see this chart? This is a great short setup opportunity. Large thrust up, top wick. Another large thrust up, even aggressive top wick. Secondary approach, top wick back over. We have a confirmed short position right there at 5029. This should get us to 5017. And then again, I don't know if we're going to drop below 5017. I don't have a crystal ball. But I know two things. One, 5017 is a fantastic target to defend the low of the day, which if we do take it out, then we could start playing to 4980 and then all these levels down here. Two, they are managing liquidity lower, 4950, 4900. So liquidity on ES is lowering on the book. So it is starting to pull down a little bit, and this does appear to have a 3-time rejection, triple top, as some would call it, into a sell mode. On the 30-minute charts. Comprendo? Or I should say comprendes. Comprendo as I understand. That's correct. See you later. Yeah. Earnings season might be a good time to swing some puts. Yep. How much downside I can guess to buy cash secure puts on SPY? I'm assuming you're talking about selling some cash secured puts. I would probably say another 700 points, 70 points on SPY and 700 on ES. I don't comprendo. It's already triple tops, almost back down to S1 with top wicks the whole way. What are you waiting for? A closure. We have to accept a lower price, like right here. In order to start selling, you need to break and hold lower lows. Otherwise, it's still consolidation. At this point, if we can get a close under 50.33, you can start to think that, all right, we're going to speculate a move down and put on some risk. It may not 100% get you there, but it'll start to give you some precedence into, all right, well, now it's time to start looking for lower lows. Let's take a look at the hero. But they are selling the crap out of some puts. I'll tell you that. We are at 700 positive deltas, 700 million in puts. So from an option chain perspective, this does not look bearish at all. But we're trying to move lower on the order book. Everything else looks bearish, the price action and the order flow, but not the option chain. Here we go, another red move down. 30-minute. Look at these candles. Right there. Sweeping top wick, 30-minute. We've got a doji. Pressing lower. Is this a good target for cash secure puts 0 DTE? I think this is a good idea to start doing this, and I get a sign, not a bad price. I thought you were just learning. If I were you, I wouldn't touch cash secured puts with a 50-foot pole. 100%. No touch. In my opinion, you have no business doing any kind of short options activity right now. Zero. If you are as new as you say you are. My personal opinion. However, if you have experience and want to do some 0 DT in some sort of cash secured put scenario, you have to be confident we're not going lower. So, yeah, I mean, anything down under 440, 430, 435, I mean, it's a great opportunity. It's a great position because even if you do get a sign, you get shares. However, the fact that you are brand new to the market, I mean, I cannot stress enough. Save yourself a lot of time, energy, and effort, and just don't touch that stuff until you learn. Because what happens when we have some sort of major headline and we limit down tomorrow? What are you going to do? You're going to get wrecked. The reason why hedge funds are being liquidated at an alarming rate, why there's margin calls left and right, because this volatility is difficult even for the best of the best. The top people on Wall Street are getting hosed right now. And you're brand new to the market, so you have no business even considering cash secured puts or any kind of short options right now. Stick to stocks. Period. Learn. Let them learn. I mean, they're going to do it anyway. Yeah, that's the way traders are, man. They're going to do it anyway. See, we couldn't get really a close under this thing on the 30-minute chart. So for me, it's a no-go. Until we get a 30-minute close over this candle, I can't short. That's what I mean. What's his name? Who was that? Heart beating. You have to confirm acceptance of lower prices before you start looking for a short. Otherwise, it's not executable. I don't do anything reckless at all. I keep asking to see signs everywhere. Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm saving you a lot of heartache, man. Not in this market. Been there, done it. Been there, done it. Again, if you are as new as you say you are, that's all I'm saying. Then hands off. Monos Erebus, baby. Monos Erebus. I just realized ES and S&P are not doing the same thing right now as part of my confusion. Let's go take a look. Yeah, kind of. They look similar. China, another 84%. Yep. Boom. Bookmap. Oh, yeah, I got to do my application. There we go. Look at that 48.50, man. I want that 48.50. Look, another 10-point top wick. So they're still top wicking into this. Thanks. So I've been with you since 21. I'm still making silly mistakes. Hey, don't we all, man? I make silly mistakes. Everyone makes silly mistakes. It's but the gravity of the mistakes that gets you right there. All right, I'm banana in a trade right there after that top wick. I'm going to speculate on some downside. I could be wrong. Might be wrong. I'm going to front run this a little bit and see if I can get to 50.17 and then put on some risk. I'm going to risk 15 points on this. See if I can get this move down. I like those multiple top wicks on the 30. We still have 10 minutes before the 30-minute closes, but I'm going to try to get 5017. Don't follow me. I could be very, very wrong. This thing can blink of an eye, could go up to 5070. So don't follow me. I remember when I was in middle school, they brought a bunch of prisoners to us and had a little lecture. And the name of the lecture was Don't Follow Me. They all wore shorts that said Don't Follow Me. Look, that's kind of humiliating to them. All right, small little top wick. We are defending the 5017 target. That's my first target. So since we hit my first target, I'm going to go ahead and lock in a little bit of profit. Again, this is a very, very small move. I'm going to see if I can get it to go down below 5017. 5017 is my first target. We just hit it. So I'm going to lock in a couple of points. 4950 would be absolutely extraordinary. But first, we got to get through 5017. Again, I'm playing conservative. I'm going to see if what we can do. I have no idea if we're going to drop below here, but I'm just going to play the risk. I'm going to play for a scalp and see if it can turn into a day trade, a long-term day trade. Quit playing games with my heart, with my heart. Let's go, baby. All right, I'm locking in a little bit. I'm going to set a stop at 5020. There we go. There we go. Can I get 4950? Can I get 4950? I like the fact that they're managing liquidity lower. Again, I'm not looking for a huge move. I'm just going to play what I see. And I've already got 25 points of profit here. I'm going to lock in. I'm just going to stair step this down a little bit. And I like this. Me gusta. Isn't that I like it? Me gusta, isn't that? I'm still learning Espanol. Bear with me. Come on, baby. One of my biggest regrets is I didn't learn Spanish before my grandma died. She was from Puerto Rico, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Come on, baby. All right, I'm going to lock in 5015, and I'm going to set my hand, take my hands off to see if I can get lower. 4950 would be great. That's 27 points of profit. It's not terrible. Just a very small scalp here. Come on, baby. You see what patience does for you? You see? You jabronis are hacking up the 5-minute. 30-minute charts, baby. Lock it in. We sat there for an hour and chopped, and I just waited for the breakdown. I waited for the 30-minute top wicks. We had a little fun. We did some chatting, and now we're going to play a little downside. Don't ever say I don't call out trades. I'll bust your head with a hammer. Let's go, baby. You can have the money, you can get the hammer. Which one do you want? All right, I'm going to lock in 5005. How about that? We got 40 points per contract. Let's see if we can get 4950. Look what they did to my hand, man. If this plays out the way it's looking, it might actually be exactly like yesterday. That would be fantastic. 4950 would be a fantastic target. Again, there's going to be shenanigans on the way there. It's going to be shenanigans on the way there. But look, we have volume profile shelf on the 5-minute. On the 15-minute, we've got this SR flip level right here. It's not really an official SR flip. It's more like an activity level. We got a bounce. We have a bounce. Oh, sorry, we're back on. You can't see my screen. But anyway, right about 4970 is plus or minus, más o menos, a flip zone. And we're still selling. Do I play futures or puts? I played futures. I'm not taking short-dated options and all this crap. It's too high of IV. I enjoy the patience of futures in this volatility. I can make a whole crap ton of money without needing to be so right on time value. They taking this way down? I think so, LeVar. I think so, buddy. I'm locking in 5,000 on my stop. So I've locked in 5,000. That puts me at 31 points per contract. I'm short from 5031. And I'm trying to get 4950. That'll be 80 points per contract in the S&P. And that'll give me some stake money for today, baby. Stake money. Wagyu. I actually don't prefer Wagyu. It's too fatty. It's too fatty. I like a very. See, I'm of the other opinion. A lot of people disagree with me. I love the fillets because I don't like a lot of fat. I like a very lean cut. Tomahawks are fantastic too. Ribeyes are amazing. Don't get me wrong, fantastic. But I prefer a lean cut of meat. Filet is the best. I love it. Properly cooked filet. Yeah. Got out too soon. Only made 20 bucks. That's all right. Hard beating. That's all right, buddy. Green's green. I'm a vegetarian by birth. Thought my family eats meat. There you go. All right. You're welcome, Mojo. What's up, buddy? Do you think FOMC minutes is going to have a big move? I do. Sorry, I thought you said FOMC. FOMC minutes? Meh. 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 Those things are hit or miss. Now, here's my thoughts on that, Space Cadet. Hold on a second. I dropped something. All right. So the FOMC minutes. That was my trade machine. Sorry, it spits out a trade idea when I hit that button. The flux capacitor kicks on. That's what you hear. Space Cadet. So if they mention anything about the possibility of an increased risk of emergency cut, then and only then will we have major volatility. Other than that, I don't think we'll get that much off of it. Why don't I think it'll bounce off S1? It could bounce off S1. I don't know. That's a very good temporary bounce area. But more importantly, where else is S1? What else is at S1 right now? Heart beating. Let's think critically here. Not macro S1, just the SR levels, just the daily SR levels. AM low right there. Yeah, it's the daily low. This was the exact target that we smoked it yesterday. We hung out here for a while yesterday, smoked it, and then that put us into a technical downtrend. So we have a lot of buyer potential for support at S1. It's just at, not quite the same exact. It's just at the day's lows, which is a great point for the buyers to defend, and it's the point where we turn into a technical downtrend. So in my opinion, if you are currently short, if you can hold out and get through the day's lows and S1, that should put us into 49.50 on the S&P. Should. It's the same exact setup as yesterday. They pop it, they come down, they break the morning low, they put us into a technical downtrend. Everyone tries to buy the dip on the way down, but they don't understand the concept of the morning opening range. The book now takes out the opening low, which is the morning support for the options book, or for the order book. And now we go into a technical downtrend, which means shorting into lower prices. Hold on, let me type in a little something here. Will we break morning low? Enter. Spits it out. Yes, we will. Y'all jabronis. Y'all jabronis. We have a good time. We have a good time. All right, there's 49.80, baby. So let's go. Let's get morning low. Let's get morning low. Yeah, got your magic 8 ball. Who needs a magic 8 ball? That's right. This is a dentist drill. No, I keep a handheld vacuum cleaner, like one of those handheld vacuums, at my desk, and I clean up my mess with. I love you too, Dan. I love you too. Do I use IBKR for my investments? I do, yes sir. I use IBKR for all my financial needs. Asking the vacuum cleaner for trade ideas. Yeah, the only problem with that is sometimes they suck. But dumb. Sorry. Heyo. All right, defending the opening low right here. The morning low. I asked for it. Yeah. What's up, Steven? How you doing, buddy? Good morning. Oh. This would be the time of day I enter and get reversed. All right. Well, here's the thing. If you are currently not short, the R&R here is not conducive for a short position. Remember, it's not only about technical analysis, it's about the risk versus reward. So if I'm going to enter short here, if I'm not already short, here's my plan. Here's the day's low right here. The morning low is 49.82. That's the low of the day. So if I'm entering short, I need to see exactly what we did yesterday. A little shake and bake right around this area. We plunge, we bottom wick. Sorry, you don't see my chart again. Hold on. Let me switch my screen over. I'll give you the rundown, which you probably already know is coming. Right here. I'll stream it on Discord. So if I want to enter short here, I need to see the book accept lower prices, buyer's defense bounce back up, and we reshort this area. And then this is your short area right here. And then we drop back over. It's a very consistent theme to play the morning low like that. It's exactly what we did yesterday. Look, go to Tuesday's level right here. Where we at? Yeah, right here. This is the morning low right here. Yesterday morning. We rocketed. They sold it. A little bit of a bounce candle right here. Broke it. And look what they did. They came back up, retested it, and there's your short entry right there. You would have caught yourself a very healthy short position. Oh yeah, I heard he broke the record. Look, another top wick. So far, they're playing the same exact script as yesterday. My biggest struggle lately is moving my stops too soon and in a profit and getting ticked out, only for the move to continue. I've sales down a bit, but these 100-point candles are frustrating. It is. This volatility, you have to demand patience. It's very easy to get whipsawed into moves. To see a big move unfold, you get FOMO, you enter. It's very difficult. So not to say that's going to fix all your problems, but that's key number one when volatility upticks. Volatility can be very, very rewarding, but you got to be patient for a big move. Big green. There you go, right off the lows. Boom, right off the low of the day. This is the last red candle on the 3. Told you. There you go. Love how the FBI director is there. Yeah, definitely. So, there you go. I have one question. When do we confirm we are in the range day versus trend day? The morning range. So you play the first hour of the day, which is the very highest price transacted in the first hour and the very low price transacted in the first hour. You plot those. If after the first hour you continue to ping back and forth between the two, then you are in a range day. If at some point we break above those or below those, whichever one, we break out and then retest and continue on, you're in a trend day. And there's a lot of useful applications to this morning range. It's fantastic. It helps you gauge your bias. It helps you have a good counterpoint to enter in the event that we do change through it. And it caters your overall theme of the day. Some ranges are larger than others. Sometimes we have a fantastically large range. Sometimes we have a very tight range. "15-minute works too. Yep. Some people play exclusively the 15 minutes. I don't care. Whichever. In my opinion, as long as you're playing some sort of opening range strategy, oh, absolutely, I'm out of my short. Yeah. Yeah, I locked that baby in. So I was rolling those stops all the way down when we came down. So yeah, as long as you're playing some sort of opening range strategy, you're in the right direction. That was I shorted 50.31. I'll get my exact entry first. What was my exact entry? 50.31.75 was my exact entry. It's fantastic. I'll take it. But that's the thing, man. You start out with small expectations. You just manage your trade, roll your stops, and then if it breaks out, cool. We're not going to kill it every single trade. Now, look, they're putting on 4,900 in a very large way. What would you look to enter reshort? If they smoke this green move, I'm entering short again. If they completely smoke this green move, I'm entering a short again. Especially with this book liquidity. Fan-freaking-tastic, man. I love when they start rolling liquidity lower. Ooh, why are they cutting that? I want that one taken out too, homie. In hindsight, all seems correct, but then you would really play what you think everything is aligning at the same time really matters. I'm evaluating one prop account. I'm back to chicken again. Oh, you're doing prop firms now? I didn't know you're in prop firms. Millions worth of April put sellers stepping in. There you go. One of these days, we are going to have a massive bounce recovery, a multi-day green run. It's a lot of selling going on for very long and a lot of short positions that are decaying. That's the thing. The options positions are decaying. And when they start decaying like that, it puts us in a prime position for a multi-day green move. Move this liquidity lower. JP Morgan says a recession is a likely outcome. I think we're already in one. Oh man, what we got? 20 minutes left in the stream. 20 minutes left in the stream. If they fail this and start attacking lower, we're going for it. Oh, man. Can you review the trade you took today and what overall thinking since yeah, definitely. Doing anything to capitalize on high V selling volatility? I haven't been. I know it's very attractive, but man, I've kind of retired from short dated option selling simply because it wore me out. I'm already busy enough, man. I'm wore out, and that stressed me the crap out. And today, stuff like this, I just don't like doing it. Alrighty. This price action discussing making me sleepy. Yeah. Definitely tamp down consider what we're used to, but it'll pick up. The R&R and credit spreads isn't always the attractive with these 100-point candles. Yeah. I mean, it's in my opinion what I would rather do is long-term debit/credit spreads, fluctuating deltas to do positions like that. I think that's where the value is. Calendars, 100%. Like right now, for example, there's a great risk reward. The further down you go, the bigger the risk reward is on shorting outside the money puts. But if you catch an outlier move, of course, you need to know how to manage the position. How to long the crap out of delta to keep you safe and then take it off. Oh, they're going to drill right through that pipe, aren't they? Just got back. I was not picked for final jury. Happy to be done opening my broker or anything just to catch you in the stream. Nice, McGurky. Now the question is, is this another opportunity to put on a power hour strangle? Yesterday, the power hour strangle worked very well. Will it work again today? I think it is, to be honest. I think so too. Your construction sounds like trade confluence. Yeah. You tell them you love firing squads. The crap is that? Freaking clicked on a Twitter video and stupid music. I'm trying to scroll through that, get some news, and they're posting weird stuff. Get off OnlyFans. Oh my gosh. All right, so we are holding right here, smack dab in the middle of the day's range. Slower yet larger. Just because the price action is slow doesn't mean there's not opportunity. I mean, these are very large candles. Still, 30, 40-point candles. In my opinion, Bookmap still shows down. There's no liquidity up. There's all liquidity down. The options chain, however, is showing opposite. The opposite chain is showing put, sell, and call buying. Although much less bullish than it was this morning. Isn't IV too high for a good strangle? Not in power hour, it's not. I made this art and was wondering if you want a personal one for the channel. No charge free. Ooh. Rich Lives certified shooter. Interesting. Yeah. That's pretty cool. How do you do that? AI? I like it. I appreciate people who are good with that stuff, man. Technology. 1 DTE? It depends. Whatever your risk reward is. I mean, in my opinion, there is a time to play zeros, and I think this environment is the time to play zeros. If you want those big wins, now's the time to do it. End of day, there's a high probability of an outlier move. 30, 40, 50 points. You put on a... Yesterday, I was recommending a 5-point out of the money strangle. It would cost you $1.40, which is $140 per contract, and it would have paid. So at SPX, put on a 50, 60 point out of the money contract. Within 1 hour left in the day, you're probably going to pay, a couple of dollars for it. 5 points, yeah. So 5-point outside each strangle. So it would have been, yeah. You're basically strangling the price by 10 points. And it paid well yesterday. Now, that's not something I would put a lot of positions on, I'm not saying put your whole account on it, but now's the time to try to turn $100 into $1,000 or something along those lines. I'll be dog mushing during power hour today. You'll be dog mushing? Is that a metaphor, or are you doing actual dog mushing? Oh, that's pretty cool. Nice. I've never actually met a dog musher before. I assume you're up somewhere in Alaska, Canada, something like that. Alaska, if you ever should come visit me, probably kind of hate it, but a whole different world from yours. No, I mean, I love outdoors, dude. I love outdoors. I love the mountains. I love the cold, and I love outdoors. Can you train my husky? You buy a put and a call 5 points from current price. A firm. Yep. So there strangles. They're usually too risky of a product to trade, but in volatile situations, it's the easiest money you'll ever make. Again, small position sizing. It was one of my key plays in 2022. Yeah, long strangles. Yep. Coming on back up, baby. That's a 50-point recovery on NASDAQ, or on ES. Bounce back up right off the morning low. You can play both sides of the tape. Shocked at how low the volume is today. Yep. That guy pulls 180 pounds of firewood on his own. That's awesome, man. I know how that happens. That's always astonished me, like how those dogs, like the outdoor boys, he does some of that on one of his videos. It's like, how do you pull that much weight for that long? These dogs. Whereas now these dogs freaking, they bark at a squirrel for 20 minutes. All right, liquidity's rolling all over. We have 1157 at 49.75. What the crap is that? I'm trying to scroll through Twitter and I keep freaking, like, you click on these videos and I close the frick out of them. You buy a put in a call, think too much effort. Was it strangled too much effort? No. No. Old Alaska Freight Breeze is a very difficult metabolism. Oh, very cool. Yeah, that's interesting to me, man. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. It's always interested me. In my opinion, I would say we attack this liquidity 49.75. There's a whole bunch of managed because it fits two parameters with my liquidity, is management and size. So we have great size down here, 49.75, and then we have, of course, management. It's being moved. So I think eventually we will test at 49.75 today. I just, right now, have to wait for confirmation. Of course, we are entering the midterms, the midterm time, which is middle of the day. Lower probability stuff, and then we're going to go. We're going to go. What do we got? Let me hit refresh on some options data. I've already taken my one great trade today, though. So, yeah, we'll play it by ear. Definitely a more constrained day than the prior weeks, prior days. Oh, man. Ooh. Any final questions before we wrap things up? Thoughts, comments, concerns, questions? Puts off R3? Potentially, yeah. I mean, we do have, of course, we've got the trend line that we're kind of toe-touching against now. There's a lot of resistance there, but who knows? Wait for confirmation. It could happen. It could not. Thank you for the spot-on play. Nice, Vampire. Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for always hanging out with us. Options data. There's not a lot on there. $15-minute closing down. 15 or 30, yeah. Longer the time frame, the better. Man, heck, that was a 80, 70 point recovery. It's good stuff. Market the morning low. Could have taken both trades. What's the right way to mark opening range? 15-minute, 30-minute. Honestly, there's no real right way. I play the first hour. Some people play the 15-minute. It's whatever. Whatever works. As long as you have some sort of opening range strategy, I think that's the way to go. I feel like I'm already learning so much more from you than I did last time I was on here for a few months, a couple years ago. Well, good. Yeah. Yeah, a couple years ago, it was a Wild West, man. It was pretty much all about play calling. We had, 1,000 people in here on the stream. It was going crazy. Like the chat would just fly by. I couldn't even read the questions. So, I mean, this is a lot more chill atmosphere than it was a few years ago. So I'm glad you're getting a lot more out of it. Final question. I'm not getting time for analysis and applying all this learning. It's not happening for me. Okay? What to do? Make time. Same question. It's the same response I get when people say they don't have time to work out, to go do fitness. You're going to have to sacrifice something to find the time. There's just not a bit. There's not an answer other than that for you. Yeah. With the job, it's really difficult. I'm up 6 to 9 p.m. in front of the computer. Yeah, I get it. It's hard. But you either have to change your strategy. I mean, you've got to be able to get into the charts at some point on your lunch break, before, after, on Sunday nights. Sacrifice. I don't know if you do, whatever your extracurriculars are, you're going to have to pull back your extracurriculars to learn how to do this. I mean, it's just not a good answer for you, unfortunately. Just find a way to get into the charts to do some sort of analysis, back testing, application. And I get it, man. For me, with me, for years and years, for 7 years, I was on night shifts. I was flying night shift. So I had to sacrifice a lot of sleep to do what I'm doing. And this is something you got to do. Instead of sleeping, I would come here and I would trade. I would get in the charts, learn how to do it. Trader on Wall Street sent his son to work at a pro prop firm. They told him it would take 3 years to be profitable. I believe it. I had a hair fall with less sleep. Not doing that again. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. For 7 years, I was running on like an hour and a half of sleep a day. It was terrible. All right, y'all. That is 11:30. If you have any other questions, please ping me. Of course, I'll be doing some more analysis tonight and tomorrow to kind of wrap all this up. One good trade for me today, short off 5031, and I wrote it to the bottom of the morning low for about 50 points per contract. Other than that, yeah, play it safe. Don't get hacked up. Use proper position sizing and play your theory. That's it. Have the guts to play your theory, and then risk mitigate the position and go from there. Other than that, I will see you all bright and early tomorrow morning for the Discord members and next Wednesday morning for the Bookmap members. Hopefully, you can become both. Until then, I will see you later. I'm out. See you.